All right, so we're back to Google Classroom. Today we're talking about part 2 topics, particularly the stream part of the mid-navigation bar, creating assignments and manipulating assignments and how students would see the assignments and turn them in and things of that nature are the topics for today. We begin though at a student's dashboard. A student's going to first begin by joining the class, so they'll click the plus sign, and the code for this class is UNZPGR. So this particular student has joined the Google Training Class 2017, and they are awaiting stream postings. Now, for you to be able to tell whether I'm talking about a view of Google Classroom logged in as a student versus logged in as a teacher, you'll notice in the upper right hand corner it shows the student's ID number at bbstudents.com. That's how you know that it's a student's login view versus if it said like A Harden at bbschools.com, which would be my login information, telling you that it would be a teacher login, Google Classroom login page. All right, so I'm logged in as a teacher right now, and you're seeing a teacher Google Classroom view. And as a teacher, I'm going to go ahead and create an assignment for my students that have enrolled in my class. How many students have enrolled in my class? I have a total of 1. Well, that's enough to experiment with for you though. So back to the stream and back to the plus sign in the bottom right-hand corner. To create an assignment, we simply click on Create Assignment. So we have to give our assignment a title. So I'll call this assignment Math Assignment 1. And the instructions would be to complete the attached document. Currently, it's going to all the students in my class, but if I only wanted it to go to select students, I could just check those select students. Currently, it's only assigned to my Google Training class, but if I wanted to go to every single class or particular classes that I am the teacher of, I can check any of those that apply. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach an assignment. The assignment that I'm attaching lives in my Google Drive, so I'm going to go to my Google Drive. And in my Drive, actually I think I had it in recent, it is this document here. So I'm going to select this document and add it to my assignment. I can provide a due date if I want to. The nice thing about providing due dates to this is it actually puts it on the Google Calendar that's associated with this classroom. So teachers, students, and parents are able to see when things are due, when things have been assigned, things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and make a due date. I'm going to go ahead and make it for tomorrow or 2 days from now, let's say. And I can also provide a time on there if I wanted to. I'm going to leave that blank though. The topic, I could create a topic, Unit 1, Unit 2, whatever the topic is if I wanted to. I'm going to leave it on no topic. And then this part here is crucial. Currently, if I were to hit assign, then when the student were to open this assignment, they would only be able to open it and view the assignment. They wouldn't be able to edit the document because it's set currently at student can view file. If I chose student can edit file, the students would be able to make changes to it. But the problem is every student is making the changes to the same document. So if I have 30 students in my class and I selected this option, every student who opens it are working on the exact same document. We wouldn't want that. The third option, however, make a copy for each student, allows Google to create a copy for every single individual student that becomes their own copy. And if it's their own copy, they can then make changes to it, do whatever they want to it, and they don't have to worry about other people making changes to it or not being able to make changes to it at all. This is the option that we're going to go to. Make a copy for each student. All right, last but not least, if I hit assign, I can good to go, but if I want to assign it on a future date or even future time, I could certainly schedule a new time to make that that assignment appear in the stream in their Google Classroom. I'm good to go now though. I'm ready to assign it, so I'm just going to hit assign. Once I hit assign, I see it In the Google Classroom here, in the stream, Math Assignment 1, here's the attached document. The students, when they open it, will create a copy for them in their Google Drive. It tells me, the teacher, that none of my students have completed it. One student is still working on it. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the Google Classroom from the student view. I'm logged in as a student. I can tell because I see the student ID number at vbstudents.com in the upper right-hand corner. I'm in the students' stream of their Google Training Class 2017, which they've already joined. And you can see in the stream that they have an assignment that's assigned to them. So the name of the assignment is Math Assignment 1. Here are the directions: complete the attached document. For the student to open the assignment, to complete it, they would click on Open. And then they would simply click on the attachment. Once they open the attachment, they are able to edit the attachment because the teacher assigned it so that it would create a copy for the student in that student's Google Drive. So they're able to edit it, make changes to it, and when they're done, as you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, there's a Turn In button that they'll use to return it to the teacher to be graded. So I'll go ahead and enter in the information for the student. The student by the name is Abby Shearer, one of the students here at Lansdowne. Notice that it, and I didn't even do this, notice that it automatically added her name along with the original name of the document in the document's name now. So this is how Abby would find it if she did a search for it inside her Google Drive. So we'll go ahead and complete the questions on here. It says, what is the decimal equivalent to 1/2? That would be 0.5. What's the percent equivalent to 1/2? That would be 50%, and so on. Let's pretend that she's completed the assignment. Reminder, there is no save button in Google products that automatically saves all of your changes. So let's say she's completed this assignment. She's ready to turn it in. She presses the Turn In button. It brings her back to her Google Classroom, and this pop-up comes up saying, asking essentially, are you sure you want to turn this assignment in? And she would say, Turn In. Now, she no longer sees still left to be done. She sees a done check mark there. And she has completed the assignment. And now what she's waiting for is the teacher to grade it and return her grade to her. All right, so now back at the teacher view, and now again, you can tell I'm in the teacher view of this classroom because I can see my name up here, aharden at vbschools.com. Here is my assignment in the stream, and it still no longer does it say 0 done and 1 not done. Now it says 1 done and 0 not done. And I can see exactly who's completed what by clicking on either of these. And it takes me to my student work page. And here's a small thumbnail of Abby's assignment, and right underneath it, it says done. If I had any other students enrolled in this particular Google class, I'd see thumbnails of all of their particular documents, and I can click on anybody's document at any time to see how much they have completed, whether they're done or not. So I can go into Abby's document here by clicking on it, and I can look it over and see, wow, she answered every single question correctly. So I'll close it and I'll give her a grade. Right now it's set at 100 points. I'm going to give her a 100. Now you could change that. If you didn't want it to be 100 points, you could change this value to 10 points or 50 points or 5 points, whatever you want it to be. So any number you'd want it to be. If you're a total points person, you can adjust it that way as well. And if I had more than one student enrolled in this class, I would see all of my students listed right underneath Abby here, and I would be able to grade their work and give them their grades as well. Now that I have given Abby a grade, I need to return that grade to her. Currently it says it has not been returned. So if I click the return button, I can give her a small message like, great job on this one. And then if I press return, and you don't have to give a message, but I choose to, and then I hit return, and now Abby on her end will see the grade and also the message. And we'll take a look at that now. All right, so now I'm over in Abby's view of her Google class, and I can see that It shows her grade. She got a 100 out of 100, and it also shows that it's been returned to her, and it also shows the message that the teacher sent her right here. Great job on this one. Now notice there's also a button on here that says resubmit. If Abby didn't do very well on this assignment and the teacher gave her the option, what Abby would be able to do is reopen the document, make any corrections or changes that she needs to, and then resubmit it back to the teacher, and that whole cycle would start over again. When she resubmits it to the teacher would then be able to open it again, give her an adjustment to the grade if she improves possibly, and then send it back to her and send her new grade back to her as well. All right, so we're back in the teacher view of the Google Classroom and back in the stream. We're gonna make one more assignment for this class. So we're gonna click on the plus sign. We're gonna choose Create Assignment. This time, the assignment's title is going to be Summer Essay. And I'm going to assign it to all of the students in my class, all one. And I'm only going to assign it to my Google Training Class 2017, but again, I could assign it to any other class that I've created and I'm the teacher of. Instructions for this: write an essay using Google Docs describing your summer vacation, whatever. The due date we'll make for tomorrow. Again, I'm not going to choose a topic for this, and I'm also not going to attach anything to this. So you might be wondering, how's the student supposed to turn something in if we're not attaching anything that they can open, work on, and then return? Well, I'm going to show you. So let's go ahead and hit Assign. The assignment has been assigned. It's in the stream now. It says 0 have completed it. 1 is working on it in the process. So next we'll go to our student view and see what the student sees and see how they actually open and complete this assignment. All right, so now I'm back in Abby's view and I'm going to return to the stream. And wow, I see another assignment that's been added to the stream. It's called Summer Essay by Mr. Hardin. And it says to write an essay using Google Docs to describe your summer vacation. So what she'd do to complete this assignment is click on the Open button. Now again, there's no attached document to this. So what she would do is she would create it says in the directions using Google Docs, she would create a Google Doc or a word processing document and write her essay in that word processing document. Now, if she already had it completed, for example, in Microsoft Word and it's sitting on her desktop, then she could click on Add, and then she could go to wherever it's saved and attach it that way. But she hasn't begun this project at all, so she's going to click on Create, and she's going to open up a brand new Google Doc. And you'll see it appear here in a second. And it's named it for her. It's called it Abby Shearer, and the name of it, it's given it a name called Summer Essay. So she's going to work on this, click on it, and begin from a clean slate. So this summer was filled with exciting events. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and she would complete the entire assignment, and when she's done with it, she would turn it into her teacher. So let's say she's done, we'll hit Turn In. And again, we get this pop-up that asks, are you sure you want to turn this assignment in? We are going to, or she is going to choose Turn In. And instead of it saying not done, now it says it's done, and the teacher has it ready for grading. So let's go take a look at what the teacher sees. So in the teacher's Google Classroom, now it says 1 student has completed it and 0 have still yet to work on this. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that student's work by clicking on that. Again, here's a small thumbnail view of that student's work. It says it's done, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it as the teacher to give it a grade. So this time, rather than just going through it and saying, yeah, she got 100 out of 100, I'm able to actually, and I could have done it on the other one as well, but I wanted to show you this feature. I'm actually able to make changes to the document if I wanted to. I have this editing feature over here. I can go to editing mode and make changes to this document. I can also, rather than actually making any editing changes to it, I can make comments to it. So for example, rather than typing on it, I can, let's go ahead and just highlight this piece of text right here. And notice when I do that, I get this little comment button. I'll hit add comment, and then I can add a comment that refers to this area that I just highlighted. So I could say, perhaps you could elaborate a bit more. Hit comment, and now that comment is there for the student to see when I return it to them. All right, so I would continue reading through the essay, making any comments or suggestions that I feel the student would benefit from, and when I'm done, I'd simply close it, and then I can give her a grade. So let's say this time I felt she deserved an 85, and again, it's out of 100 points. And to return the grade to her so that she actually sees her grade, you'd simply press the return button. You can give a message if you want to. I'm not going to give a message this time. And then just hit return. And now on her end, she'll see the assignment, and we'll go look at that right now. Okay, so now back on Abby's end, she sees her grade of 85 out of 100. She sees it's been returned to her. And again, she has the ability, if the teacher offers this option, she has the ability to open the document and look at the comments that the teacher made in the document. So I can see, ooh, this has been highlighted here. Ooh, what is this message over here? Perhaps you could elaborate a bit more. Okay, so she could maybe make adjustments to the document, and then again, she has the option again to turn it back in to resubmit, perhaps for a better grade or just for further feedback from the teacher. She also has the ability to add a private comment here, perhaps asking the teacher a question about her grade or about some of the criticism that perhaps the teacher put on the graded assignment. So that's a possible option that's built into Google Classroom as well. Okay, that pretty much does it for Google Classroom Part 2. We'll look forward to seeing you all in the Google Chromebook training coming up.